Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from Bandai Namco in their Dragon Ball Evolve series, we are featuring Son Goku. Okay, so ever since the Evolve line started, all I've wanted is just a plain Goku figure. You know, that's all I wanted, was just a plain Goku figure. You know, I didn't want Super Saiyan Goku, I didn't want Super Saiyan God Goku, I didn't want Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I didn't want battle damaged Goku or ultra instinct Goku. I just wanted a plain Goku, you know, if he's just chilling. And that's what we got right here. Finally, I got my wish. Just a very plain old Goku in his uniform. Plain black hair, nothing fancy going on. And I'm so happy. Alright, on the back of the box, we have some other figures. We have Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the back with the giant gold mane. We have a good old plain Vegeta right there. And we have Son Goku. Let's take him out. Alright, so I got my wish. I collected all 7 Dragon Balls and I wished for a plain Goku figure, and here we are. Excellent looking figure. Like most Dragon Ball Evolve figures, he's pretty short, standing in at about a little under 5.5 inches. One thing I noticed on his uniform is that his black weighted undershirt and his wristbands are slightly darker blue than usual. Also, he has a different symbol on his uniform as well. Often Goku, depending on who he's training under, the symbol often reflects his master. And it's a great looking figure. In terms of his articulation, his head swivels, looks left and right. His arms move. One thing, so I'm a huge fan of the Evolve series, but you know, they're very affordable. They're very posable as well. But the one issue I sometimes come across is that the figures will sometimes pop apart, either at the arms or at the hips, and occasionally at the head. So far, this figure doesn't have any of those problems. And it's not like the figure breaks, it just happens that the socket and the ball joint connection isn't very tight. But as you can see here, a very posable figure, especially at this size and price point. I think they're a great value. You know, they're great toys to play with. They're very affordable. They're nowhere near the same level as a Dragon Star figure. But that's not their intended purpose. You know, these are really just made to be, you know, cheap, affordable Dragon Ball toys, which I really do welcome. And I do have some other Goku figures we can look at. We have Super Saiyan Goku over here. You can see the difference in the color scheme. And then I have Ultra Instinct Goku here, featuring some battle damage. And then I have this guy. From the same assortment, we have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This is him leveled up with a large giant golden mane, much like Super Sonic. And I don't know, they're all great. But like I said, all I ever wanted since the inception of the line was just a plain Goku figure. And I have one right here. So yeah, great line of figures. You know, they're affordable, but you know, as much as I love them, they just have the occasional quality control issue. But thankfully, on this figure, mine looks to be pretty decent and okay. My only gripe is that, you know, it's a little bit gappy at the arm connection to the shoulder. You can see that they do have that ball-socketed washer to try to cover the gap, but it doesn't necessarily do a good job of that. You know, that's been the case since early on. Yeah, but don't let that stop you from buying these figures. Like I said, I'm a big fan of them. They're awesome. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.